Hey, that's a nice beach, isn't it? I bet it would be pretty nice to live there, honestly. Spending your days by the sea, with your toes in the sand. It would be pretty nice, wouldn't it? But I guess that you can't live everywhere that's nice. For example, there are some places that are really bad to live in. Like, I feel like right now, I would not want to live in New York City, because the Knicks just won the championship. And due to that win, everyone is treating New York City like a popular MMO's destruction video. It could be worse though, because you could be a Spurs fan the day that happened. But this video is not about New York. It is about the worst place to live. Worse than Gotham City. Worse than that area from like the Marvel comics, I guess. Worse than Cleveland, even. The place I'm talking about, which you would never want to live in, is the self-governing, independent state of CwCville, located in Virginia, and of course ruled over by none other than Chris Chan. But what would it be like to actually live in CwCville, and why does it make it so bad? And that's the thing I'm going to be talking about today in this video. When you're talking about living in a place, you have to talk about one of the main things of that place, and that's money. And the money in CwCville, let's just say it's no bueno. So the city of CwCville uses two types of cash, the C quarter and the W quarter. And I say quarter because these are both coins, and they don't really make any sense. In CwCville, 10 C quarters make up around 1 W quarter. So not only is it not a quarter, it's already a really bad sign. The reason this is a bad thing, though, is because it automatically correlates to why the next thing I'm going to talk about is in such a bad condition. So, even though I briefly mentioned money in CwCville, I didn't really explain that well how to get it. That's because in CwCville, Chris believes that people should receive money based on a benefit system, kind of like he receives in real life since he has autism. Some characters, like Sonichu and Rosachu, do receive this system, but then why would you want to work? What's the point of having a business if you can just get benefit? And that is a good question, and it does unironically relate to why there is such bad housing in CwCville. So, that whole benefit thing, as it turns out, not everyone probably gets that, because there's a lot of homeless people in CwCville. Why? Well, number one, probably because not everybody gets the benefit thing. Number two, and I didn't mention this before by the way, one W coin makes up $2.50 US, because CwCville is in Virginia. So then why would you buy anything from local businesses when you can just get stuff from outside of CwCville? That's probably why there's so many homeless people, like I mentioned. So now you're probably wondering, how many people are homeless in CwCville? Well, to start off, Chris in CwCville has these kind of homeless hotels set up. In this image, we can see that this is hotel number 10. And these hotels provide stuff like free food, basically acting like soup kitchens, free cable, and accommodation. And there is 10 of these, even more later on. And according to the CwCville wiki, there is around 10,000 homeless people in CwCville. What the hell? How is that even possible? But you get the point. It's pretty terrible trying to even get a house in CwCville. So let's just move on to the next section. Despite the fact the beautiful city of CwCville may seem pretty peaceful, even with all the homelessness and all the huge money problems, it is in fact under the constant threat of terrorism by evil villains in the Sonic 2 comics. So who are these villains, you ask? Well, some of them include the dastardly Mary Lee Walsh, who was based on a real person Chris hated so much that he made her a villain in the comic. The evil Dr. Robotnik from Sonic, just from Sonic. Natsock, Chris's evil clone. The Jock Chief, leader of all the Jock Ops, and even more evil villains as the comics progress. An example of this terroristic deed can be found in Sonic 2 number 10, where in a church in CwCville, because Chris is very Christian, he just loves churches, one of the Chews ends up getting bombed by a Voltorb in the bathroom. Which happens because since Chris stole the character design, he had to find a way to kill off the character so he wouldn't get in trouble. So he just decided to blow her up in the bathroom. And the fact this even happened is insane. There's always something going down in CwCville. It's not safe over there. So, what did we learn? Well, we learned that no matter where you live, no matter how horrible, it cannot simply be worse than CwCville.